so welcome back to Lex Reads. Today's video, I wanted to talk about popular authors, popular books that I have not read. Some of these authors, well, a lot of these authors, I do not own their books. I know of them, but I have not read them. In some cases, it's like a genre that I don't read, I don't like. Then you guys know me. I like to read hidden gem books, and I sometimes don't like to read books that are just really, really, really popular. Actually, like the first time it comes out, a lot of times I'll wait until like the hype is like gone. It's like in order for me to read a book that comes out and it's released, I have to just like really, 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 really want to read the book, really love the author. That's like my auto buy, right? But a lot of these authors that I'm going to be talking about, they are popular authors. A lot of people have read their books. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so the first book or author that I have okay, I've only read one of their books. It's part of a series. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. Growing up, y'all know I was not a reader, couldn't stand reading. I equated it with school, was not a good reader. Comprehension was not my forte, right? And even if I was a reader growing up, I couldn't read Harry Potter. My aunts were like, yeah, no, we don't do Harry Potter. We don't do no witches and no wizards. We just only do Jesus. So I couldn't read that anyway. But I did read the first book, and I read the first book, y'all, when I turned 30. And I I got into it. I wanted to read it is when I saw a really good documentary that she did a couple years ago, and this is the time when she was writing the last book of the series, right? And in that documentary, she was talking about her life. She was talking about her upbringing and how she came up with Harry Potter. Very interesting, a very interesting story in her life, and it just got me intrigued. And so I did read the first one, and I liked it, and I thought I was going to, continue with the series. I read the first one, halfway read the second one. And you know me, when I get on a kick of stuff, I buy books. So I think I bought all of them except I needed three more. I discovered you're not gonna read those. And I got disinterested afterwards. Yeah, did I see the first movie? I think I did see the first movie, but it was like, when you watch a movie and you're doing something at the same time. That's how I saw Harry Potter. But yeah, everyone and their mama has read Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter has been done for years, and it's always something new coming up. It's a new show coming up now. I think Harry Potter been on Broadway, and yeah, I don't think I'll ever finish the series. I just don't have an interest in it. Tried to, and it just didn't work. But yeah. Next is Colleen Hoover. I've never read Colleen Hoover's books. I do not own any. As of right now, I don't plan to read any Colleen Hoover books. It's so funny. I was getting my makeup done to take some professional pictures, and the young lady that was doing my makeup, he was asking like, oh, like, what do you like to do in your spare time? I'm like, I love to read. And she was like, oh, have you read Colleen Hoover's books? And she was going in and in on there, and I'm like, yeah, girl, I ain't never read that, but I know obviously of her, and of course the drama that went along with the movie. But yeah, I have never read her. I have mixed emotions because some people are like it's really good, some people are like it's not. You guys know that I really fell in love with romances heavily last year, and I am a romance reader. I really do love romances. But if I'm going to be honest, I like to read our romances, meaning I like to read Black romances. So that's what I usually gravitate towards. In my library, in my little section of romance books, I can count on my hand how many romance authors I have that are not Black. I was thinking maybe I might, that'd be a good, if you guys have read Colleen Hoover, tell me which book you started with, or tell me which book, if you've never read that author, which book you would start with. Okay, next is Sally Rooney. Now, I have only one of Sally Rooney's books, and I don't know why I bought it. I haven't read it. I did try to watch two of her adaptations. I tried to watch Normal People twice, y'all, and it just did not do it for me. And then I tried to get into Conversation with Friends or whatever, couldn't get into it. And you guys know when she came out, especially with Normal People, everybody and their mama was talking about that book and all of that. And I know they were saying her writing style is very different. Like she doesn't use like punctuation and grammar. That just didn't do anything for me. But I do remember when she came out. Oh my gosh, you talking about a sensation, okay? Okay, next is Faulkner, William Faulkner. Now, I actually do want to read William Faulkner's works. I want to say two or three books by William Faulkner. I do know some people say he's kind of hard to read, but I do want to read him. Also, is he a Southern writer? For some reason, I'm thinking he's a Southern writer. They say when you read Faulkner, you're like, well read, they would say. I am interested in his works. I did watch a documentary on him, and his life was very interesting. So a lot of times, like when I watch a documentary on someone, I get enticed to maybe read their works or, learn a little bit more about them. And with him, it's like, yeah, I think I do want to read his literature. Okay. Next is Agatha Christie. Never read any Agatha Christie books. Do not own any Agatha Christie books. I also don't think I've seen any movies. I know she writes mysteries, right? I have a love hate relationship with mysteries. Well, I shouldn't say love hate. I never really got into mysteries, and I'm like, dipping my toes into them. Sometimes I get mysteries and thrillers confused, and I know those are two different genres. I know they can be kind of similar, but I do know they're different. And yeah, I think I've only read a handful of mystery books, and I started like last year. I don't know if I'm interested in reading Agatha Christie. I kind of want to say yeah, because just to say I read Agatha Christie, but she's not on my top priority list. But I would be willing to read a book of hers. Next is a newer author, and it is Freida McFadden. Everybody talks about this author and praise her. Okay. Now, I do want to read one of her works. Again, I'm asking for you guys' help because I've never read her, so I want to start with a book that is good for a beginner. I do know she writes what mystery and thrillers, and you guys know like I said, I'm creeping into those two genres, especially thrillers. And I just know I haven't heard anything bad really about her writings, about her books. Everyone has, great praises when it comes to her. And she's one author where it's like if she comes up with something, people are going to buy it. Next is Emily Henry. She is a romance author, I believe. Never read any of hers. She's the one that has like those bright covers a lot of times. Um, it's like if I don't read it, I don't. If I do, I do. Again, she's not on the top of my priority. She's not on the top of my priority list, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. But yeah, yeah. Next is Rebecca. Is it Yarrow? No, she writes what fantasy, I believe, and y'all know I don't do fantasy at all. Ooh, I don't do fantasy. But I am willing to try it. But I think she wouldn't be a person I would try because I think since I'm not experienced in fantasy, I think that's gonna be too high for me. My level's not there yet, so I need to kind of start off a little low and slow. So yeah, I think she's a little bit too much. I think she might be a little bit too advanced for me. Also, to the amount of her books, the pages. For a person that has not read fantasy, I don't think it would be wise for me to read a book of that capacity. The world building and like the names and the different worlds that they have, my little brain sometimes can't take that. And then it really doesn't do anything for me. But I really am willing to get into fantasy or try, some or try that genre, because again, I just never know with myself. I will say I don't like something, and then when I read it, I'll get on a kick and want to find like something that's similar to, you know, what I've read before. So I don't want to say I'll never read fantasy. It's just not a genre that I gravitate towards at all. I don't even think I have any fantasy in this library, to be honest. The most thing that's fantasy would be magical realism, and I know that's still not the same thing. And then the last author that I have never read and will not plan on reading, because I don't do this genre, is Stephen King. I tried to read Misery because was that my sophomore, junior year of college. I remember over the summertime, I really got into watching Misery. And I said, you know what? Maybe I will read the book. Girl, could not get into that book. I was done, 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 done. Oh, I can't take Stephen King stuff. I think that's the only movie I've watched of Stephen King's. Yeah, I tried to watch The Green Mile, couldn't get into that. Um, did he do Shawshank Redemption? Because that's another movie I couldn't get into. Never seen The Shining. Don't want to see The Shining. Don't know what it's about. I'm good. I don't want to see Carrie. I know what Carrie is about. I'm good. I don't want to see the one in the 70s. I don't want to see the recent one they did a couple years ago. No, 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 no. I can't take Stephen King. I can't take nothing scary. I do not like being scary. And when I say I'm a scaredy cat, I am a scaredy cat. I absolutely despise Halloween. Okay. I can't even take Chucky. That's how bad it is. So, yeah, he will be an author that I just will never read. I also tried to read his first, was it his first book? No, his first book was Carrie. Rage. He was another one where I watched a documentary about him, or like a 60 minutes interview, and he had talked about, the interviewer asked him, what book do you regret writing? And he did say Rage, because I know that's not scary like the typical scary, but it's about a young boy. He um holds his class hostage and the teacher, and I don't think, does he kill the teacher? Um he either kills the teacher or he shoots her and she doesn't die. But it's, this is under when he didn't use his name. He used that other name. And a young boy, he tried to emulate that same thing. They end up catching that young boy. I don't think he hurt anyone, any students. I think he might have shot that teacher. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think he was able to hurt anyone. But the fact that when they asked that young man, why did you do that? He said he read the book Rage. And then also, that book is not in print. They took that out of print. Yeah, that's an author. I hate to say never, but I don't think I'll ever read him. He's just not my genre. And that's one thing that, you just have to kind of accept and don't take too seriously. You like what you like. You read what you read. And just because they're a popular author doesn't mean that you necessarily have to read them. I remember when I first started getting into this, reading thing and this reading journey, I felt like, oh, well, maybe I should read like the popular authors everyone talks about. No, if you want to, you can, but if you don't, it's totally fine. They just read what you like to read. And also, you have to know what you can take and what you can't take. I know that I just can't take horror. That does not do anything for me. I don't want to be scared. I am not going to be scared. So in order for me not to be scared, I am not going to, read those books. If you like them, I love them. But yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to this video. I thought it would be fun to go through some authors that are, again, popular. People have read these books. People love these books. People love these authors. And like I said, there's some that I do want to read, and there's some that I do not want to read. There's some that I think I'm never going to read. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.